If you qualify for a stimulus check, then in 2020, you got a $1,200 stimulus check. In the early part of 2021, you got a $600 stimulus check. And now you could be looking at a third stimulus check, either for $1,400 or $2,000, depending on how things play out. But you want to make sure you know how to use a stimulus check the right way. What's up, everybody? I am Jasprit Singh from theMinorityMindset.com, where money minds rethink rich. The government has been giving out stimulus checks for two reasons. First, they want to help you out if you're facing a financial hardship. And second, they want to stimulate the economy. But this is where things kind of get a little tense, because there's a difference between stimulating the economy and stimulating your wealth. You got to think, what does it mean to stimulate the economy? I mean, the economy is made up of companies, and these companies sell products, and the people that buy these products are you. So if you want to stimulate the economy, that means you have to buy more products. And so if you get free money from the government, that means the government wants you to now go out with this free money, and they want you to buy a PS5, or they want you to go to Lululemon and buy some leggings, or they want you to go to Apple and buy some new AirPods. Because when you go out and you spend your money at these companies, then these companies make more money. And when these companies make more money, they get richer, even though you're not rich anymore. But these companies get richer, and then they have more money to invest in themselves, but you have nothing left for yourself except maybe a pair of AirPods. Now look, I'm an entrepreneur. I love the idea of creating products and demonstrating the value of this product to the world and then convincing people to buy my product. But I need you to understand how to master your money first, because if you don't use a stimulus check the right way, then you are going to make everybody around you rich, and you are going to keep yourself broke. Here's the thing, the United States government is giving you free money, and they want you to stimulate the economy. I want you to stimulate your wealth. There's a reason why we're called the minority mindset. We don't think like the majority of people. Here's the thing, if I gave you $2,000 right now, you could take this cash and walk on over to the mall and buy yourself a pair of AirPods, buy yourself a nice pair of Lululemon leggings, buy yourself some extra guac for dinner, and buy yourself a PS5. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jasprit, how the heck is that extra guac? I know, I am not an artist. My goal is to help you be better with your money. But now, you started off with $2,000. Then you go to the mall and you gave away all your $2,000, and in exchange, you got yourself some nice things. But now you don't have any more money, and all you have is some nice things. So you're back to being broke, and all you have is some stuff which is no longer really worth anything, because after you buy yourself a PS5 or a pair of Lululemon leggings or AirPods, it's not worth anywhere near what you bought it for. That's why these things are called liabilities. Liabilities are things that eat your money. You give your money to these liabilities and you are left with nothing. This is what keeps people broke. They make money and then they spend all their money on liabilities, and then they have nothing to show for it except a bunch of nice stuff. So now you can have a bunch of nice stuff and be broke, or you could use your money to buy assets. If you take the $2,000 that I give you, you can go out and buy assets, and these are things that will maintain their value and continue to pay you more money. So now in a year, you're not going to have $2,000. You should have more than $2,000 because you bought things that are paying you with more money. Here, after a year or 2 years or 5 years, you are gonna have nothing. Here in 5 years, the goal is to have way more than $2,000 because you use your money to buy assets instead of liabilities. Do you remember back in your middle school math class when your teacher taught you the acronym PEMDAS to help you know how to do math problems the right way? I think it was please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's the exact same thing here. When you get your stimulus check, there are 5 steps to you using your stimulus check the right way. Now, before you stimulate your wealth, what I'd like you to do is to stimulate that thumbs up button below, because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you do not stimulate that thumbs up button, then YouTube is much less likely to show you and other people our financial news and education videos. Now, when you get your stimulus check, the first thing you need to do is pay your back bills. If you're behind on your rent, or you're behind on your mortgage and you don't qualify for a forbearance program, or you're behind on your car payment, or you're behind on any of your bills, your utility bills, whatever, the first thing you need to do is get caught up on your bills, because you don't want to get into this game of paying late fees and being behind on all of your payments and risk getting something taken away from you or getting something shut off. This also means making sure you have the resources to make ends meet, because if you don't have money to buy your groceries, use this money to do that first, okay? Once you get your stimulus check, you gotta get yourself to at least 0 where your bills are paid and you have enough money to eat. once you kind of just lay the foundation, that's when you can move on to number 2. Build your savings cushion. Unlike what the majority of people tell you, your savings are not there to make you wealthy. Your savings are not there to make you rich. Your savings are there to protect you against a financial emergency. What we saw in 2020 is that anything is possible. And so you want to protect yourself financially against a potential job loss, against the economy potentially shutting down, and against something happening. Maybe your car breaks down, your AC goes out. You want to have savings there to protect you. That way, if something bad happens, you don't have to run into debt. At the very bare minimum, you need to have $2,000 saved up in cash in your savings account that you can go and access tomorrow, because this is not $2,000 saved up in your 401k. This is not $2,000 saved up in your CD somewhere. This is not $2,000 saved up in an IRA. When you have an emergency, you need that cash immediately. So you want this money to be liquid, meaning you can access it at any time, which is why you need this $2,000 saved up in a savings account that you can access at any time. If you do not have $2,000 saved up, then you are walking a thin wire, and if anything bad happened, even slightly bad happened, then you risk running right back into debt. And so you need to save $2,000 as fast as possible, and you want to make sure that this money is easily accessible, which is why you want to put it in a savings account or something like that. If you are looking for some more tips on how you can save $2,000 quickly, I already made a video where I went over how to do that, and I will link that for you in the description below. If you don't have any pressing bills to pay, and if you have some savings, the third thing you want to do is pay off your high interest debt. So this is things like your credit card debt, or your hard money loans, or if you bought something at 0% APR and didn't pay it off in time, now you're paying interest on that. These are all high interest debts that are skinning you alive financially. So if you get this stimulus money and you got some free cash, use it to pay off this high interest debt, because this is literally killing your wealth. You've probably heard or read somewhere that Albert Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And the way compound interest works is you take your money, you invest it. And now when you invest your money comes back with more money. Now you can invest this money, and you can invest the money that your money made. That way your money can make you money, and the money your money made can make you money. Now you can take the money that you had originally, and the money your money made, and the money your money's money made, and invest that. So you keep doing this again and again and again. That way you keep having more money making you more money. Well, if we compound this out and we show this with numbers, let's say you invest $500 a month. And let's say, for the sake of this example, that you can make a 15% annual return on your money. If you start when you are 21 years old, and you do this for 45 years, so you do this until what, you're 66? So from 21 to 66, every single month, you invest just $500 a month, $6,000 a year, and every year you can get a 15% return on your money. When it comes time for you to retire, you are going to have a bank account worth $24 million. That's a lot of money. If you got $24 million in the bank, you can live a pretty good life. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Jasprit, where in the world am I going to get a 15% return on my money year after year after year for 45 years? You're right. You might not get a 15% return on your money every single year, but your credit card company is doing it, and your hard money lender is doing it, and that company that gave you a 0% APR teaser rate is doing it, because now they're charging you 24% a year. And so if you keep paying these companies 15, 16, 17, 24% interest a year, you are literally making these companies rich on interest off of your small monthly payment. And so what I want you to do is use this stimulus check to stop making these companies rich with this insane interest rate. That way you can use your money to compound and build your wealth instead of making your credit card company rich. I'm going to go over 4 and 5 together, because these two are interchangeable and they depend on your risk tolerance. It depends on really how aggressive you want to be with your money. 4 is paying down your lower interest rate debt. If you have a mortgage and you're paying 3% a year on your mortgage, and you can pay off your mortgage 1 year earlier, well, now you just saved 3% a year in interest. The goal of paying down your debt earlier is just allowing you to be financially free earlier, because now you have less money leaving your wallet. Anytime you make money now, you can keep more of it, because you don't have to keep paying all this money out to your bank. So when you pay down your debt, this allows you to make money and keep your money. Investing your money is how you grow your money. This is what I talked about earlier in this video, buying assets. When you invest your money, you're using your money to buy something with the goal of making money. The majority of people have a consumer mindset. They think, when I got $2,000, I can buy a whole bunch of nice things. I want you to have the minority mindset and build a producer mindset and think, okay, now I got $2,000, what assets can I buy? Because now you're producing the things that everyone else is buying. So for example, everybody when they got money, they go to Chipotle and they buy extra guac. I want you to think, instead of me buying the extra guac, how can I buy some of the Chipotle? The way you can do that is buying some shares of the Chipotle company on the stock market. When you buy shares of the Chipotle company, now you're one of the owners of the Chipotle company and you get to share in the profits when Chipotle makes money. So if a whole bunch of people are buying extra guac, then you get to make more money because now the stock price should go up. Because if Chipotle makes more money, their stock becomes more valuable and now you own some of their stock and now their stock is worth more money. The thing that I really want to hammer home here with investing is what happens to your money after you use it. Because if you got $2,000 and you go and buy a new wardrobe, you got a bunch of nice clothes, but after a few years, that money is gonna be gone because those clothes are gonna be outdated and now you're either gonna donate them or you're gonna give them away or you're gonna throw them away. So after a few years, that $2,000 is literally gone. On the flip side, if you are buying assets like shares of the clothes company, now in a few years, assuming this clothes company continues to grow and they continue to make money, now you still have your $2,000 and hopefully more, because if this company is continuing to grow and they're a good company, they're going to sell more clothes, and if they're making more money, now you're going to have more than this $2,000 because your asset grew. This is the real difference between broke people and wealthy people. Broke people make money and then they spend it. Wealthy people make money and then they invest it back into themselves, because now when you make money, you want to keep as much money as possible, because now you're making money and you're buying things that will make you more money. When you're broke, you make money just so you can buy things that make you look cool, but you continue to stay broke. If you do want to learn more about how to invest your money in the stock market and find a good stock brokerage and how to make money in the stock market, our team put together a very comprehensive guide on how to do that, and you can read that article on our website, theminority-mindset.com, and I'll also link it for you in the description below. So when you get your stimulus money, the very first thing you got to do is make sure your bills are taken care of. Buy your groceries, pay your back bills, make sure you're not getting behind on these bills. Second, pay down your high interest debt, your credit card debt, your hard money loans. If you're paying these high interest debts, it is skinning you alive financially, so you want to get rid of that as fast as possible. Third, you need to build yourself a savings cushion because anything is possible, so you want to protect your finances. Fourth, you got to pay down your lower interest debts if you're not a big fan of risk, because when you pay down your debt, you get a guaranteed return on your money. But if you're okay with taking more risk and you want a better return, then you can look at investing your money, because now you're working to build your wealth. Do you notice how nowhere here I said go out and buy yourself a PS5? It's because I want you to use this free money to stimulate your wealth before you go out and stimulate the economy. When you're stimulating the economy, you're making everybody else around you rich. When you're stimulating your wealth, you're making yourself rich first. Okay? Get this free money when you get it. Use it to make yourself rich, make yourself wealthy. Once you are wealthy yourself, then hey, go out and buy whatever you want, because now you can afford to do it. But when you get this free bonus check from the government, use it the right way to make yourself wealthy instead of making everybody else rich. If you enjoyed this video, here's the video that I think you'll love, and while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our free finance and business newsletter. And as always, keep hustling. There are some investments that can make you money very quickly. We saw that happen with Amazon and Apple and Tesla during the tech boom. And then there are other investments that you want to own for life, because these are things that can build you